everyone. Today's unboxing is for the monthly subscription service to Rooted Book Box. Rooted Book Box is a book box, and they feature preteen and teen fiction books that are rooted in the gospel, hence the name of the box. Each month they send you a fiction book to read that's a Christian fiction, faith-based fiction. And also they will include a companion book, which can be a journal, a devotional, or another book that fits the theme of the month, and then a bookmark. And they are young adult, middle grade fiction books. So the box is $27 a month plus shipping and taxes and fees. Which for me amounted to be just over $35. So it's about $6 in shipping plus the fees and stuff. And I got mine through CRATEJOY, so there's this past year we've been hit up with these minor fees that show up. And I get taxed on everything, unfortunately, so you just can't escape those darn taxes. Okay, so this is my second box with the service. I do have teenagers. Well, I have one teenager left in my household. All my other children are over the age of teen. And a lot of the books that I think would be good for her, she doesn't read. So, we're not really on the same page, pardon my pun, with the different genres that she likes to read versus what I liked to read as a teenager. So this book isn't necessarily going to be a good fit for my family. But I thought I would give it a try so I could highlight it for you if you're looking for clean reads. And the one thing that I find in the majority of Christian fiction is that they tend to be clean reads. So you almost don't have to worry about them being not clean reads. So, and it's unfortunate, but nowadays you don't know. You just don't know. So, the first book that I got in my box last month was something that was kind of like sci-fi, I think, sci-fi or fantasy. It's not something that I typically would read, although I might give it a shot just to try and see, stretch my comfort level and all that. Or I will pass it along to somebody else who will enjoy it. So I'm not sure. We'll see what happens with this box as to whether or not I will continue subscribing. But the whole point here is so that you can see what kind of things that they offer. All right, enough talking. Let's get into this. Okay, so this is the October 2022 box. And let's see what we got in it. Okay, so one thing that I'm going to look at this in just a moment, but one thing that I like about this service is that you get these discussion questions. And last month's box actually had to in that notice, gave trigger warnings, which I thought was really cool. Because if you're a parent, you're, wanting your child to read this book or give it to somebody, a young adult, and you're not sure, the trigger warnings are always nice as to whether or not you want to let them read it. So that was with the discussion questions last time around. So we'll check those out in just a minute, but I'm going to set that here. All right, so the book for the month, wow, this is a thick book, is called Search for Astral Dragon. It is by Brian Davis. I thought I recognized his name. He writes books about dragons. At least he has a series about dragons that I actually have read. It's been many, many years. So they're like fantasy. So this is from the Astral Alliance series. And it is a thick, thick book. All right, so what is this one about? It says a girl on a perilous journey. Branded as a pirate, fitted with a shock collar, and separated from her parents who've been sentenced to death. Could the situation get any worse for 13-year-old Megan Willis? Much worse. Megan's prisoner ship is attacked, leaving her, the lone survivor, stranded on a strange planet with only a gem called a dragon's eye to let her know her mother still lives. When Megan goes searching for the captain's kidnapped son, she finds more than she bargained for in a city rife with slave traders and plagued by storms that turned friends into foes. Megan longs to search for her parents' ship, the Astral Dragon, and discover the secrets of the Dragon's Eye, but she can't leave behind the child slaves she meets on Delta 98. Yet rescuing them will entangle Megan in secrets darker than she ever dreamed of. Ooh, that sounds very, very action-packed, doesn't it? Okay, so I have a couple of bookmarks. Come to me, all you are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. It's so cool. It's a Bible verse, but it's done in that like sci-fi print. That's cool. And then I have this, which is a bookmark from the author and from that book. And look at this. It's actually autographed. How cool is that? Look and see. Look at all the... Yeah, Dragons in Our Midst. That's the one that I remember reading some of those. But he's written quite a lot since then. Okay, so what's our copyright on this? Our copyright is 2022. It's this year. It's a new release. I love that. Part 2. That is super cool. All right. Let me put that there and let's pull out the other book. The other book is trying to keep the paper. Okay. The other book is a spiral bound. It's called Would You Rather? It's an interactive devotional journal and sketchbook for adventurous kids. Look at this. Would you rather be bombed with giant hailstones or be chased from your hometown by swarms of angry hornets? Gosh, I don't know. And then you have the would you rather, and then you can sketch it. Oh, how fun. And then there's little devotions. That is so cool. I love that. Okay, well, let's see what came in with the discussion questions. And it says it contains spoilers. So, you know what? It's sealed pretty good. So give me a second here. Come on. This is when I should have had the letter opener. All right. Now I'm going to open it a little at a time. If I can, maybe not. Let's do this. Here we go. So Rooted Book Box, Search for Astral Dragon by Brian Davis. So look at this. It gives you the themes in the book. The themes are family, grief, lament, and that life is sacred. And then the hard things. So here's your trigger warnings. Slavery and child trafficking, scars from being ripped, and drunkenness. Now, you know, from there, you can determine if the person that you're giving this book to, I mean, I'm assuming you're giving it to somebody, or you can even determine if you want to read that. If you're okay, you know, it doesn't faze you to read about that, you know, you got the warnings. So that's cool. So, and then it's got the questions. So I have to say, I'm really impressed by the fact that they give you the trigger warnings. That is such a great thing. So if you like this video, please take a moment to hit the like button down below. And also, if you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, it'll let you know when I post these unboxings. As always, I love your comments. What do you think of this box? Have you read anything by Brian Davis? Is this a book that you would read, or do you have somebody in mind that you think would like this kind of book? Or if you just want to say hi, that's okay too. I love your comments. I read and respond to them all. I just love it that you take time out of your busy schedule to even just say hi to me. So I will leave a link down below to Rooted Book Box's CRATEJOY website, which is where I order it from, so that you can check them out for yourself. So what did I think? Well, I like this box. I really do. This was $35 for everything. It includes 2 books. That book's about 15, so that's like half the box right there. And this book is 15. So, pretty much if I went to the store and I bought the 2 books, I'd pay $30 plus tax, which is pretty close to the $35 that I paid to have it shipped to me. So it's just, it's one of those things, and you get the surprise from it. So I think the price point is pretty good on it. I think that it's, like I said earlier, this is probably not going to be something that's going to be great for my family because my teen does not read that kind of fantasy. And fantasy is not really up my alley. So even if I wanted to read something that was a little bit, adults can read YA. That's okay, right? But for me, it would have to have some type of romance or some type of cozy kind of mystery to it. So in particular, the last 2 months, they were not my cup of tea for the type of books, but I am impressed by the quality. There were new releases. The quality is really good on them, and they're packaged really well. I love, love, love that you get the trigger warnings with it. The discussion questions are great, but if you're just wanting, somebody to enjoy reading, you don't necessarily need the discussion questions. But I do love that they include the trigger warnings. You don't get that too often, and I just love it. I will say that even though like the last 2 boxes wouldn't necessarily be for our family, I'm so impressed with this that I'm going to subscribe another month. I'm hoping that I will see a difference in genre because you don't really get to pick your genre. It's just whatever genre they want to give you. And I'm kind of hoping that I will see different genres than sci-fi or fantasy. So we'll see what happens, but I am going to go another month with this. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for stopping by and watching. You guys are awesome. Have a great day.